Okay guys, I wanted to share some pretty big news with you guys today. It's certainly huge news for me personally and actually has a big effect on the channel. So for those of you who are into the idiocy that goes on around here, it's big news for you too. Before I get into all the details though, I just wanted to thank you guys. Say thanks, because in our last vlog video, I had asked you guys that on these new creeper videos I've been making, the really strange, bizarre ones with the creepy guy with no shirt, if you would perpetuate, it's almost like we did in wrestling, it's perpetuating a work, it's doing a work, so that when we had new people come in wondering what the hell was going on, I asked you guys to just make shit up. Just tell them that I've gone batshit crazy, this is for real, we're not sure what's wrong with them, whatever your imagination could come up with. And holy shit, as usual, you guys don't disappoint. I was reading some of those comments and laughing so fucking hard, I literally had tears in my eyes. I'll read off a couple to you real quick. It's easier for me to just read them to you. This is on, let's see, this is on the Santa Touch Me in a Bad Place song. Swag to the Moon. And for those of you who are new to the channel, if you're coming in and seeing that everybody was giving you these weird made up lines, we're not trying to make you feel bad or look silly or anything. It's just everybody having fun. It's just a prank, bro. So, I want you to feel part of the community. We're just doing this for some laughs, not to make anybody feel bad. But Swag to the Moon says, "What the fuck is this, dude? FCB 2513. Are you new? Curtis is a fucked up dude. He makes these videos all the time and he's dead serious. This is probably based on a real experience." No, Santa touched me in a bad place. So Swag to the Moon responds, "I knew this guy was a bit loony, but this is deranged, lol." Yeah, you're not wrong there, pal. And then ACY Hectic jumps in with, he was brutally raped and lost his memory due to wrestling accidents. Now he's an old creep that uploads about his experiences. I mean, for God's sake, he thought his goldfish pulled a knife on him. This is just creepy. You guys are doing such a phenomenal job. This is so freaking funny. And FCB came back at ACY Hectic and says, he also idolizes Carl from Llamas with Hats. That's true. And wanted him to come over for dinner. Yeah, that part's true. That's probably not good, but it's true. ACY says, "I think we have all had that problem, Vietnam flashbacks." And then Primitive Woodsman closed it out with, "The worst part is he doesn't even remember making these videos." It's going to be fun to see how many people buy this and then how many of them are still willing to stay around. Now this one was on the video we posted today. It was Mark's unfortunate suicide. This is Kitten Army 420. She just wrote with a couple question marks. And Lynch Karma comes in with, "Back in the 1980s, Curtis was arrested for public indecency during his vacation in Angola. To treat his PTSD from the experience, he's now telling the full story of his time in prison, but with the character swapped to things like goldfish or scuba diver. As it eases the stresses the memories bring to him." That's fucking perfect. I love how had the whole background in there, everything thought out. And then Luis Martin Robles says, "Public indecency? LMAO, what did he do?" And Lynch comes back with, He got really drunk and started flexing at bypassing women shirtless, some of whom were allegedly underage. While inappropriate, in most Western countries you wouldn't get prison for that, but Angola is still very religious." And Louis says, "My God, Curtis is mental. I love this guy so much." And I appreciate that, Louis. I'm glad you do. But what a fucking brilliant backstory Lynch came up with off the top. You guys are cracking me up. And I said it before, I love making those videos. I'm having such a great time doing them. You guys know my sense of humor. I have a filthy Frank / Llamas with Hats type of sense of humor. So this character and these videos, I love doing. I got so many plans for how this might turn. And actually, I'm going to talk about that more in just a minute, because now the big news. I had mentioned to you guys before that I was at retirement age, and I was looking into when I might be able to retire. Well, I put in paperwork during the week this week for January 13th to be my last day. Now, the reason that's a big deal for me, obviously, is because it's an entirely different, whole new life, a change of life. But it's going to make a difference here at the channel because it's going to allow me to do more. You're going to see a big difference at the gaming channel because, again, now I've been about a week without uploading there just because I had a hectic week, and unfortunately that's the first place that gets axed. Now once I retire, I should be able to stay really regular uploading there. Here it's going to mean, the slate of videos will be pretty much the same, but I'll be able to do live streams. And I can't do them every day, but the live streams will be back, and I love doing live streams. We always had so much fun doing those. And I got a feeling that the creeper in those weird videos might live stream as well, but I don't want to have anything to do with that. I don't want any responsibility for anything that's said or done in there. But so that'll be the biggest thing here, is the live streams will be back. And for those of you who haven't experienced them, oh my God, we have a good time in those. Right now, Spaz Kid is his bowling season's still going. I like to go to every one of his matches. So that takes up my time in the evening, which is, it doesn't affect the channel. And I'm also going to be the director of his school's drama club. I'm the co-class advisor for that. So we'll be getting into that into the spring. So I'll have those going in the evening, but again, they won't affect what I can do at the channel. But once those are both done, I'm going to have even more time, so there's no telling how we might expand things even more. But this whole retirement thing is so weird for me. I've been working since I was 16. Well, actually, I've been working before that, but officially jobs that are regular jobs paying over the table since I was 16 years old. I'm 55, so that's 39 years. And in a few weeks, I don't get up to go to work in the morning. It's just, I can't describe to you how odd and feeling. It's awesome because I'm fortunate that I had the type of job that I do. And not just fortunate, it was by design. I had mentioned to you guys before, my education was in journalism, but I dropped that field in a hurry because A, I hated it, and B, it was a no future endeavor as far as I was concerned. But I work for a municipality where the benefits are such that once I retire, I keep my health benefits for free. They're paid. And we have a really good plan as well. And in my retirement, what I've done is, because my main concern is my family once I retire. So I have life insurance through my retirement, a substantial amount for my wife, or Braxton, if my wife and I were to leave together. But my retirement pay itself, what I do is I take a little less per month than I would normally get. But what that means is if I die before my wife, she keeps that same amount for the rest of her life. The retirement amount will never go down. So that's what allows me to sleep at night, because the most important thing for me going forward from retiring is not what do I do, it's to make sure that no matter what happens to me, my family's covered. So it's something I can do with a completely clear conscience, and I love doing YouTube so much and just devote all my time into it. I can't wait for that much. I am a skilled public orator. I'm going to say skilled public speaker, because orator always makes me think of, because I'm fucked up. So I'm not saying I'm not skilled at that. I just don't. That's not where we're going with this one. If there's anything I can tell you guys though, because I've noticed that close to retirement, and like I say, there's a whole different new direction in life for me. So you do a lot of reflecting, and I know most of you guys out there are young. Listen, if I can give you one piece of advice, and I'm not one of these old people that thinks old people know everything, by any means. Those people annoy the fuck out of me. But living a long life just gives you some insight into certain things. But I actually, myself, I think I can learn more from a young person than I can an old person, because generally old people have the same experiences I do, or similar experiences that I do. I can learn more from you guys who have a whole different experience. Even though your life has been shorter, the experiences you've had are in a whole different world, so I can learn more from you. So I'm not one of these, you gotta listen to the old people because they know a thing or two. No, a lot of times we don't know shit. But the thing I know from my own life, as you guys get older, I read a excuse me, sorry guys, I was always a big fan of the Dilbert comic strip. And years ago, there was a specific strip where one of the characters says, the best things in life are silly. Just kind of a benign comment, but to me it really struck home, because that is so true as far as I'm concerned. Never stop appreciating the silly things. And it doesn't sound like a big deal, but trust me, if you stay in a state of mind where you can always laugh at the silliness, where you can always find humor in most anything, man, it makes life go by so much smoother. And don't let society or the norm make you lose touch with the things you enjoy as a youngster. Now, if you grow older and you have new interests and those go by the wayside, that's fine. But don't let anybody influence that. Because I've never stopped. I mean, I loved cartoons as a kid. I love cartoons today. Most of my interests are certainly not those of a 55-year-old. I like things that, it's not that I like what the younger generation likes. I never stopped liking the younger stuff. So never feel pressured by outside influence or by societal norms to go a certain path. Allow yourself to really just enjoy everything. Because no matter what your belief is, one thing's for certain, if you're a religious person, you believe there is a God, a deity that oversees all of this, or if you're a total atheist and you don't believe in a deity at all, in either event, the life here on earth is pretty short and pretty special, because if you believe in the religious perspective, you know you have a great appreciation for what this God has given you, whoever your God may be, what he's given you and this opportunity, so you have the appreciation for that. If you're more atheistic and believe in the pure scientific definition of how the world began, then you know that our very existence is like the greatest beating of the odds in history. Nothing will ever come close. You got a better chance of winning the lottery 20 drawings in a row than we had of actually existing if you believe in the scientific method. So in either event, this is something pretty cool, just being alive. So enjoy it. Enjoy. I know life sucks sometimes. I know it gets you down. And I do too. I mean, I have my moments. I get down. But as soon as I've got something that's depressing me or nagging at me, my focus is already on how can I get rid of it. Because it's a waste of my time. I want to be having fun. I want to be having laughter. Always go for that. You know, guys, just always enjoy that. And don't drop the things that you like when you're young just because you get old. Fuck that. Enjoy what you want to enjoy, not what people tell you to enjoy. Remember that. It's not my quote, but I'm going to give it again anyway. The best things in life are silly. If you can remember that forever, I think it'll get you to your retirement smiling and grinning like a dopey mental patient, like the one you see before you right now. That was almost existential, the one I see before me. Either existential or just maybe the guy with no shirt isn't that far removed from this guy. Talk to you guys soon.